What if I told you that in the United States you can legally fly certain aircraft without a pilot's license? No pilot certificate, no FAA medical, and in many cases not even aircraft registration. It sounds fake the first time you hear it, but it is completely real under FAA Part 103 Ultralight regulations. And once you start digging into what people have built inside those rules, the entire world of aviation suddenly becomes way more interesting. Because this is not just about tiny lawn chair aircraft floating over fields. We are talking about enclosed ultralights, powered paragliders, amphibious aircraft, futuristic carbon fiber machines, and even helicopters, real helicopters. Some of these aircraft look so advanced that most people would immediately assume you need years of flight training just to sit inside them. But legally, in the right configuration, they can still qualify under Part 103. So, today we are counting down 10 incredible aircraft you can fly without a pilot's license in America. And the higher we climb on this list, the crazier these machines get. Starting off at number 10 is one of the most honest and enduring icons in the ultralight world, the Aero-Works Aerolite 103, a machine that has captured the pure essence of accessible flight like few others ever have. Designed by Terry Raber and first introduced in the late 1990s, this single-seat high-wing pusher quickly earned a devoted following and a stack of awards because it nailed the spirit of ultralight aviation without any unnecessary flash or complexity. Built around a lightweight steel tubing structure with fabric-covered flying surfaces and a simple open cockpit, the Aerolite keeps its empty weight comfortably under Part 103 limits, making it a true no-license, no medical, no registration flyer that delivers genuine freedom in the sky. What makes it stand out so strongly is the incredibly direct and mechanical feel it gives you in the air. You sit exposed to the wind with outstanding visibility all around, the engine humming comfortably behind you in pusher configuration, and every control input translates straight to the wings in a way that feels raw, responsive, and wonderfully intuitive rather than filtered through layers of modern automation. It does not pretend to be a miniature fighter or a luxury cruiser. Instead, it offers an honest, elemental flying experience that reminds pilots why they fell in love with aviation in the first place. With cruise speeds typically in the comfortable 55 to 60 mile per hour range, depending on your engine choice, and low stall speeds that make takeoffs and landings feel forgiving and approachable even on short grass strips. The design's genius lies in its deliberate simplicity. Pre-assembled major components at the factory, shock-absorbing gear, electric flaps on many builds, a steerable nose wheel, and a detailed illustrated manual mean that even first-time builders can have one flying in just a few weeks rather than years, slashing both time and frustration while keeping costs dramatically low. That affordability is a massive part of its lasting appeal. In an era when traditional certified aircraft can run into the hundreds of thousands, current airframe kits start around $18,000 to $20,000 while fully equipped. Ready-to-fly examples with popular lightweight power plants like the Herth F-33 or MZUST series often land between $25,000 and $35,000 complete, still cheaper than many new cars and far more exciting. Owners rave about the aircraft's reliability, easy maintenance, and the way it turns weekend adventures into pure joy, whether you're soaring over open fields or practicing gentle maneuvers on a quiet morning. Of course, it is not perfect. The open cockpit means you dress for the weather, and noise levels stay noticeable. Range is modest with the legal 5-gallon fuel tank, giving you roughly 1 to 2 hours of flying time. And it shines brightest as a local fun flyer, rather than a serious cross-country traveler. Yet those very limitations reinforce what makes the Aerolite 103 so special. It proves that flight does not need to be expensive, complicated, or heavily regulated to be meaningful. With over 1,000 examples now in the fleet and steady production continuing under You Fly It in Florida, this aircraft remains a benchmark for why Part 103 ultralights matter. It keeps the dream alive for everyday people who simply want to taste the sky without selling their soul to do it, delivering honest fun, surprising capability, and that unforgettable open-air magic that no enclosed cockpit can ever fully replicate. At number 9, we have the Kolb Firefly, another legendary ultralight that has built a loyal following over the years. and continues to earn its place as one of the most respected machines in the Part 103 world because it delivers exactly what so many dream of in personal flight, without the usual barriers of cost and complexity. Evolving directly from the earlier Kolb Firefly line, the Firefly was thoughtfully engineered from the ground up to hug those strict ultralight weight limits, while still offering the kind of solid performance and delightful handling that makes every flight feel rewarding and confidence-inspiring. Its rugged yet feather-light structure combines a factory-welded chrome moly steel tube fuselage cage for real strength and crash protection with lightweight aluminum wings and traditional fabric covering that keeps the overall empty weight right where it needs to be for legal compliance. What truly sets the Firefly apart and makes ownership feel genuinely realistic for everyday enthusiasts is its ingenious quick-folding wing and tail system, allowing one person to have the entire aircraft folded, trailered, and stored in a garage or backyard in minutes instead of dealing with expensive hangar rentals or airport politics. This portability transforms the whole experience because suddenly, your flying machine can live at home with you, ready for spontaneous adventures whenever the weather calls. Most builds rely on proven lightweight two-stroke power, like the Rotax 4, 47, or similar engines, putting out around 40 horsepower. And thanks to the Firefly's efficient light airframe, that modest power feels surprisingly lively, giving you responsive takeoff rolls, excellent climb, and cruise speeds that hover comfortably around 60 miles per hour, while maintaining impressively low stall characteristics that forgive the occasional pilot imperfection during recreational flying. The aircraft shines with its pusher configuration that keeps the propeller noise and prop wash behind you for a quieter, more peaceful open cockpit sensation. And the tall conventional landing gear provides outstanding prop clearance and rough field capability that many other ultralights simply cannot match. What really separates the Firefly from the crowd is its hard-earned reputation built over decades of real-world flying by people who prioritize genuine craftsmanship over flashy marketing. A machine that feels like it was created by pilots for pilots with thoughtful details like optional cockpit enclosure, brakes, and even float kits that still allow it to stay Part 103 legal. This blend of simplicity, durability, and pure fun makes it stand out because it proves you do not need exotic materials or sky-high prices to enjoy reliable, engaging flight. Current pricing for complete, ready-to-fly examples or well-equipped kits varies with engine choice, instruments, and options, but typically lands in an accessible range around $18,000 to $30,000. Making the Firefly one of the strongest values in ultralight aviation, where you get proven reliability, easy trailering, forgiving manners, and that satisfying hands-on feel without breaking the bank. Of course, it is not perfect. The two-stroke engine does require attentive maintenance, and the open design means you dress for the weather. Yet, for countless owners, these are small trade-offs compared to the freedom and joy it consistently delivers. Number 8 brings us the BlackHawk LowBoy III, a machine that completely redefines what flight can feel like compared to any traditional ultralight airplane out there. This innovative powered trike frame hangs suspended beneath a responsive paraglider wing, delivering an experience that strips away every barrier between you and the sky for a sensation that is raw, intimate, and almost spiritual in its closeness to pure floating. Built with high-strength 6061, large-diameter aluminum tubing for an unbeatable strength-to-weight ratio, the LowBoy III incorporates thicker fiberglass suspension axles that provide incredible shock absorption and over a foot of wheel travel, paired with reinforced oversized Tundra-style tires that confidently tackle rough terrain, grass fields, or uneven ground without hesitation. What sets this design apart is its clever hybrid capability, letting you switch between stable quad mode for beginners or windy conditions and lighter trike mode for experienced pilots who want easier transport, all thanks to quick-release pins that let the entire frame collapse and pack away in minutes for storage in a garage, truck bed, or trailer. This practicality eliminates the usual headaches of airport hangars and tie-down fees, making ownership feel refreshingly accessible and spontaneous for everyday adventurers who simply want to chase sunsets or explore new horizons without massive infrastructure. The standout emotional pull comes from how exposed and connected everything feels with virtually no cabin, doors, or wind protection to insulate you from the elements, and turning every flight into a direct dance with the wind and atmosphere that feels closer to soaring like a bird than piloting a machine. Powered by reliable options like the smooth Aero 1000 4-stroke or punchy Black Bull 2-stroke engines, the LowBoy III offers impressive thrust for short takeoffs, often under 100 feet, and pinpoint landings in tiny clearings, opening up flying spots far beyond conventional runways, and transforming backyards, beaches, or remote meadows into your personal airstrips. Its standout features include a low center of gravity for forgiving launches and landings, a multi-positional hang point system for quick center of gravity tweaks, and overall rugged construction that has earned a loyal following for durability and minimal maintenance needs over time. On the plus side, it shines with unbeatable affordability, exceptional stability, especially in quad configuration, that forgives early mistakes better than many foot-launch setups, easy transport that fits most lifestyles, and that unforgettable pure connection to the air that draws people seeking the most authentic and thrilling form of personal flight possible. Potential drawbacks include the learning curve for managing the wing and variable weather, less protection from elements compared to enclosed aircraft, and the need for proper training to maximize safety despite the Part 103 freedom. But for those who embrace it, these become part of the adventure rather than limitations. Current complete BlackHawk LowBoy, 3 systems with engine and wing, typically range in the $15,000 to $25,000 mark, depending on your chosen power plant and configuration and choices, delivering incredible value that keeps this platform one of the most approachable and exciting entries into ultralight aviation today. At number 7, we have the Affordaplane, one of the most famous budget-oriented home-built ultralights ever created, a machine whose very name spells out its core mission with refreshing honesty. This aircraft was born from a straightforward desire to smash through the financial walls that keep everyday dreamers grounded, proving that personal flight does not have to come with a luxury price tag or years of formal training. Built as a simple all-aluminum single-seat design, the Affordaplane shines through its clever use of readily available materials and straightforward construction methods that rely on square and round aluminum tubing joined with gusset plates and basic hardware, creating a lightweight yet surprisingly sturdy airframe that feels approachable rather than intimidating. What makes it stand out so strongly is the incredible build culture that surrounds it, where countless owners roll up their sleeves in garages and workshops, cutting tubes, drilling holes, and assembling the entire plane themselves with nothing more exotic than common hand tools and a bandsaw, turning the project into a deeply personal journey that forges an unbreakable emotional bond between pilot and machine, unlike anything you get from simply writing a check for a factory-finished ride. That hands-on process delivers real satisfaction and a profound sense of ownership. As flyers often know, every rivet, bracket, and panel intimately, which builds confidence and a genuine connection to the freedom of the skies. The design keeps things remarkably effective despite the low cost by focusing on proven simplicity that stays comfortably within Part 103 limits in the right configuration, offering responsive handling, short takeoff, and landing rolls that let you operate from modest grass strips, and enough cruise performance for relaxed recreational hops without needing complex systems or exotic composites. Its unique ladder-style fuselage gives it a distinctive, minimalist look that prioritizes function and ease of building over flashy aesthetics, while the overall package encourages builders to progress at their own pace, buying parts as money allows, and even storing components until the next paycheck arrives. Of course, like any ultralight, it comes with trade-offs, including a more basic flight experience that rewards careful piloting and a build that demands patience and attention to detail rather than delivering instant gratification. Yet, those very elements make it feel authentic and rewarding for those who embrace the grassroots spirit. Today, the digital plans remain an absolute steal at under $20, giving you everything needed, including detailed drawings and manuals, while a completed flying example typically lands between $6,000 and $10,000 depending on engine choices and how creatively you source materials, making it one of the most accessible entries into real wings-on-your-back aviation. In an era when traditional flying often feels reserved for the wealthy, the Affordaplane continues to champion true grassroots freedom, empowering ordinary people to not just dream about the sky, but to literally build their way into it with pride, creativity, and a sense of accomplishment that money simply cannot buy. At number 6, we move into something much more modern looking with the Merlin Lite, an enclosed ultralight developed by Aero-Marine LSA that completely transforms what most people assume these minimalist flying machines are supposed to look and feel like in the first place. This sleek all-aluminum single-seater brings a surprising level of refinement and genuine cross-country personality into the strict world of Part 103 regulations, proving that you do not have to sacrifice comfort, visibility, or capability just to stay legal and affordable. What makes the Merlin Lite stand out so strongly is its fully enclosed cockpit with a real door, 7 generous windows for panoramic visibility, and a polished aerodynamic shape that makes it resemble a miniature modern sport plane rather than a basic open-frame ultralight from decades past. On the inside, you get electric trim, hydraulic brakes, tundra tires for rough fields, pushrod controls with double bearings for crisp and responsive handling, a spacious baggage area that can swallow camping gear or a small roll-on bag, and an instrument panel that easily accommodates an EFIS with GPS, artificial horizon, engine monitoring, and even a 12-volt power port for electronics. Powered typically by a lightweight Polini 303DS liquid-cooled engine with dual ignition and electric start, it delivers smooth, reliable performance with cruise speeds in the comfortable 60 to 65 mile/hour range, excellent short takeoff, and landing numbers that let you operate from surprisingly small grass strips or backcountry spots, and endurance approaching 4 hours on a single 4.15-gallon wing tank, are giving you real recreational traveling ability well beyond the typical quick hops most ultralights offer. The design cleverly stretches the limits of what Part 103 allows through thoughtful engineering, like its longer, high aspect ratio wing with large slotted Fowler flaps that drop the stall speed nicely while providing outstanding glide performance that even opens the door to motor glider style soaring when conditions are right. This combination of technologies and unique features creates an aircraft that feels far more sophisticated and confidence-inspiring than traditional tube and fabric designs, letting you fly in relative comfort, protected from the wind and elements while still enjoying direct mechanical feedback and impressive efficiency that keeps operating costs remarkably low. Of course, no aircraft is perfect, and the Merlin Lite trades some raw open-air thrill for its enclosed refinement, meaning it sits at a higher price point than the simplest open ultralights, yet that investment buys you durability, better weather protection, superior build quality, and the kind of everyday usability that makes ownership practical for real people, rather than just weekend daredevils. Current ready-to-fly packages from Aero-Marine LSA typically start around $34,000 for a well-equipped base model, including the engine, EFIS, electric trim, and essential instruments, climbing toward $45,000 when you add premium options like a full BRS rescue parachute, extra fuel tank for even greater range, paint, or additional avionics. Sliding into the number 5 spot is one of the coolest amphibious ultralights ever built, the Aero-Adventure Aventura UL. This remarkable little machine completely transforms the entire geography of personal flying by turning water into your personal playground and making adventure feel instantly accessible in ways that most conventional aircraft can only dream about. Crafted by Aero-Adventure down in Florida, the Aventura UL features a smart hybrid design that blends a sturdy aluminum wing structure with a sleek fiberglass hull and lightweight tip floats, creating a tough yet graceful profile that looks like a miniature bush plane crossed with a classic seaplane ready for serious exploration. Powered by reliable lightweight Rotax engines that deliver just the right amount of punch without adding unnecessary weight, it cruises comfortably around 60 miles per hour while offering ranges approaching 250 miles depending on your fuel setup, all while staying nimble enough for short takeoffs and landings that open up hidden lakes, remote rivers, grassy fields, snowy patches, sandy beaches, and even paved strips that would ground traditional airplanes in an instant. What truly makes the Aventura UL stand out is the profound sense of freedom it delivers, because instead of being chained to expensive airports, runways, and support infrastructure like so much of modern aviation demands, this aircraft suddenly unlocks an entirely new world where a quiet backcountry lake becomes your runway and a secluded shoreline turns into the perfect destination for the day. The experience feels genuinely cinematic every single time you throttle up and lift, straight off the water with spray flying, and the hull slicing cleanly through the surface before climbing away into the sky, giving pilots that rare rush of pure exploration that very few other ultralights can match. On the design side, its unique pusher configuration keeps the propeller safely clear during water operations, while the retractable landing gear adds incredible versatility, allowing seamless transitions between environments without complicated swaps or extra equipment. Builders and owners love how the kit breaks down into manageable assemblies that many can complete in a reasonable number of hours in their own garage, fostering that deep hands-on connection that makes every flight feel personal and rewarding. Of course, like any aircraft, it has its trade-offs, such as the open cockpit exposing you to the elements on cooler days, or the need for careful weight management to remain compliant. But those minor realities are far outweighed by the sheer joy and capability it brings to everyday pilots who crave more than straight and level airport hops. Visually, it has massive appeal too, with its compact proportions and purposeful stance that turns heads whether it's parked on a dock or taxiing across a mirror-calm lake at sunset. And the best part is the value it represents, because current kits for the Aventura UL typically start in the $25,000 to $35,000 range for the basic airframe and engine package, climbing toward $45,000 or $50,000 when fully equipped with nice avionics, safety upgrades, and custom touches, which still positions it as one of the more premium yet surprisingly attainable options on the ultralight list. We come to one of the most futuristic-looking aircraft in the entire ultralight category, the Swan 103, also known in some markets as the Swan 1-2. Oh, this sleek machine completely shatters the old idea that ultralights have to look like basic tube and fabric contraptions slapped together in a garage, because from the moment it rolls out, it looks like a compact modern sport plane that somehow slipped through the regulatory cracks. Built almost entirely from vacuum-formed, thermally treated carbon fiber, and advanced composites by the experienced team at Romanian manufacturer AVI Aircraft under designer Radu Berceanu, the Swan delivers an incredibly smooth, clean aerodynamic shape with a fully enclosed cockpit, gull-wing doors on both sides, and elegant lines that turn heads everywhere it appears. What makes it stand out so strongly is how it blends serious technology with real-world practicality. The composite construction keeps the empty weight comfortably under Part 103 limits, while providing excellent strength and a surprisingly roomy, comfortable cabin that fits pilots from shorter flyers up to 6'6" without needing pitch trim adjustments. Its standout folding design is pure genius for everyday ownership. The wings unplug with a single pin, the tail feathers come off quickly, and the boom hinges forward so the whole aircraft collapses into a footprint, small enough to fit inside a standard 6x12 enclosed trailer, letting you store it at home in a garage instead of paying those painful monthly hangar fees that kill so many aviation dreams. This kind of trailering freedom changes everything about accessibility, because you can take your plane home, protect it, and be ready to fly again in minutes with just a helper, or even solo once you get the custom trailer set up. In the air, it feels refined and confidence-inspiring with cruise speeds right around 60 miles per hour, solid climb performance from its lightweight engine options, and enough range for enjoyable cross-country hops while still staying fully legal and simple to operate. Pilots love the modern enclosed canopy that shields you from the wind, yet keeps great visibility, the responsive handling that feels far more sophisticated than typical open-frame ultralights, and the overall build quality that comes from decades of European composite expertise. Of course, no aircraft is perfect, and the Swan does come with trade-offs like higher initial shipping costs from overseas, and the need to be mindful of composite repairs if anything ever gets damaged. But those are small prices to pay for a machine that delivers this level of polish and excitement. What really grabs attention, though, is the pure visual and emotional impact. People stop and stare because it looks too advanced, too sleek, and too capable to qualify as something you can legally fly without a pilot's license. Yet here it is proving that personal aviation can feel cutting edge and attainable at the same time. At number 3, things become genuinely unbelievable because now we are talking about a real helicopter, the Mirocopter SCH-2A. This groundbreaking machine from Slovenia stands as one of the lightest manned coaxial helicopters in the world, somehow squeezing into the strict FAA Part 103 Ultralight rules in its proper setup, and shattering every preconception about what personal rotorcraft should look and feel like. Most pilots assume true helicopters live in an exclusive world of high costs, endless regulations, and years of specialized training, yet the SCH-2A flips that script completely by delivering authentic vertical takeoff capability, full cyclic and collective controls, and genuine helicopter flight dynamics in a package that remains accessible to everyday enthusiasts without any pilot certificate required. Its unique coaxial rotor system features 2 counter-rotating blades spinning on the same axis, eliminating the need for a traditional tail rotor, and thereby slashing mechanical complexity, while creating a strikingly compact and balanced profile that turns heads wherever it appears. Built with thoughtful engineering that emphasizes reliability and safety, the SCH-2A draws power from a responsive Fiat MZ-202 two-cylinder engine that provides more than enough punch for lively handling, allowing it to cruise comfortably while offering solid auto-rotation characteristics that give pilots a reassuring safety margin during power-off scenarios. What makes this aircraft truly shine is how it transforms the dream of private helicopter ownership from something reserved for the wealthy into a strangely attainable reality, letting you lift straight off a small patch of grass or backyard clearing and experience the pure thrill of hovering, pivoting, and maneuvering in 3 dimensions with nothing but open air around you. The design stands out for its clever lightweight construction and efficient layout that keeps everything simple yet effective, resulting in low operational costs and straightforward maintenance that appeals to owners who want to spend more time flying and less time wrenching in the hangar. Standout features include excellent maneuverability for tight spaces, a stable feel in the air thanks to the coaxial setup, and the emotional rush of commanding a real helicopter that looks and performs far beyond what most expect from the ultralight category. On the practical side, it offers roughly an hour of flight time on its modest fuel load, making it perfect for short scenic hops, training circuits, or just enjoying the freedom of the sky without needing massive infrastructure. Of course, like any ultralight, it comes with trade-offs such as limited payload, single-seat configuration only, and the need for respectful piloting skills to handle its responsive nature safely. But those constraints are precisely what keep it legal and exciting within the rules. Current packages typically land in the range of $35,000 to $45,000, depending on configuration, delivery, and any added equipment through official distributors, which positions it as one of the most affordable production helicopters on the planet and dramatically cheaper than any certified alternative, while still feeling complete and polished rather than experimental. At number 2, we have the Composite-FX XE Mosquito, one of the most famous and jaw-dropping ultralight helicopters ever created. This machine feels even more shocking than the previous coaxial entry, because visually, it looks exactly like the kind of sleek personal helicopter you would expect to see in big-budget movies or high-end aviation documentaries, yet it somehow squeezes into the ultralight world. Composite-FX took the original Mosquito concept and refined it into a polished, serious rotorcraft, specifically for enthusiasts who dream of owning and flying their own helicopter without the usual 6-figure barriers or mountains of regulation. The design stands out with its fully enclosed composite fuselage that blends lightweight strength and aerodynamic cleanliness. It paired with a clever belt drive system for the main and tail rotors instead of heavy traditional gearboxes, which helps keep the weight down, while delivering smooth, responsive power transmission and easier long-term maintenance. Powered by a reliable MZ202 two-stroke engine, the XE Mosquito offers impressive climb performance, comfortable cruise speeds that let you cover ground efficiently, and true vertical takeoff and landing capability that lets you lift straight off a small grassy field or backyard clearing in a way that still feels almost magical every single time. What makes this aircraft so unforgettable is how complete and factory polished it feels right out of the box or after a straightforward kit build. It does not scream experimental project. Oh, instead, it looks and flies like a legitimate personal helicopter with excellent stability in the hover, strong tail rotor authority, even in breezy conditions, and outstanding auto-rotation capability that gives pilots real confidence during practice or emergencies. The cockpit is custom balanced to your exact weight for perfect center of gravity harmony. The controls feel direct and intuitive after proper training, and the overall package delivers that pure thrill of helicopter flight in an incredibly compact and manageable single-seat form. Owners rave about how quickly it becomes an extension of your body in the air, how accessible it makes rotorcraft ownership for normal enthusiasts, and how dramatically it lowers the traditional barriers of cost, complexity, and infrastructure compared to certified helicopters. Of course, it is not perfect. Flight durations typically run around 45 minutes to an hour depending on setup and flying style. It remains a single-place machine, and like any rotorcraft, it rewards good pilot skill and regular maintenance. Yet those realities are exactly why it shines so brightly in the ultralight space. Current pricing reflects its growing popularity and refined production. Kit versions start in the mid-$50,000 range, while highly equipped factory-finished packages can reach the mid to upper $70,000s, which still feels shockingly reasonable when you compare it to anything else that offers genuine helicopter performance and that movie star presence. Few aircraft on this entire list trigger more pure disbelief from viewers than the moment they realize a machine this capable, this good-looking, and this genuinely exciting can legally exist and be flown under FAA Part 103 rules in the right configuration. The XE Mosquito proves that the dream of personal helicopter flight does not have to remain locked behind enormous price tags and endless red tape. It brings the freedom, the vertical adventure, and the unforgettable sensation of hovering above the world, within reach for dedicated builders and pilots who are ready to chase the sky in one of the coolest ultralight creations ever imagined. And finally, we arrive at number 1, the most cinematic aircraft on this entire list, the Aerodrome Airplanes Fokker D.VIII. This stunning 3/4 scale recreation of the legendary German World War I parasol wing fighter delivers the biggest visual impact of anything on the countdown, instantly transporting anyone who sees it back to the skies of 1918 with its aggressive monoplane lines, high parasol wing, exposed landing gear struts, and unmistakable razor-like silhouette that screams vintage warbird authenticity. Aerodrome Airplanes has masterfully captured the spirit of the original Fokker D.VIII, famous for its clean monoplane design and deadly effectiveness late in the war, and adapted it into a lightweight modern kit that stays comfortably within FAA Part 103 ultralight rules when properly configured. Builders use simple bolted aluminum tubing construction with doped fabric covering, making the entire airframe straightforward to assemble with basic hand tools in around 400 hours, while the ultralight version relies on a lightweight Rotax 377 engine putting out about 35 horsepower to keep empty weight near that critical 250-pound mark. What makes this machine stand out so dramatically is pure emotion, because the moment it lifts off and you see that classic parasol wing slicing through the air with the open cockpit and period-perfect proportions, your imagination explodes into dogfight fantasies and golden age adventure, even though you are flying something legal to operate without a pilot license. The design feels incredibly unique with its rigid yet responsive controls, the excellent visibility from the forward cockpit position, and a flight personality that rewards smooth inputs with lively handling and surprisingly capable performance for such a lightweight machine. Pros include incredible affordability compared to any real warbird restoration, easy trailering potential with the straightforward structure, low operating costs thanks to the efficient two-stroke engine, and the unmatched ability to turn heads at any fly-in, as the only one of its kind on the field. On the downside, like many open cockpit ultralights, it shines best in calm air, where turbulence can demand more attention. And the vintage-inspired layout means you sacrifice some modern comforts for that raw, immersive experience. Standout features include the high parasol wing that provides outstanding lift and stability, modern engine options that deliver reliable power without complexity, and the overall kit completeness with all hardware, machined parts, and detailed plans included, so you are not chasing components for months. This aircraft proves you do not need exotic carbon fiber or high-tech composites to create something breathtaking, because its simple tube and fabric approach keeps costs dramatically low while still delivering solid cruise speeds around 60 miles per hour in the ultralight setup and genuine cross-country fun for weekend adventures. Current kit pricing from Aerodrome airplanes generally starts in the $25,000 to $40,000 range, depending on engine choice, instruments, propeller, and level of completion, which feels remarkably affordable when you consider the massive personality and visual drama packed into every flight. So there you have it, 10 incredible aircraft you can legally fly in America without a pilot's license. From simple open-frame ultralights to futuristic enclosed designs, from amphibious explorers to powered paragliders, and from real helicopters to a World War I fighter replica, one thing becomes obvious very quickly. Ultralight aviation is far stranger, far more creative, and far more exciting than most people realize. FAA Part 1. 03 created this bizarre little corner of aviation, where the barriers are lower, the machines are wilder, and the dream of personal flight suddenly feels much closer to normal people than anyone expects. And honestly, that might be the most fascinating part of all, because in a world where aviation often feels dominated by massive costs and endless regulation, these aircraft prove there are still ways for ordinary people to experience the sky in a way that feels personal, adventurous, and genuinely unforgettable.